see if everything's working. Here, mic 1 2 1 2. Looks good. How are you today, guys? Welcome to my studio. Today we're gonna talk about slow emotion. So I just want to make this video because I have few people asking me about the slow emotion thing, the slow emotion idea and everything. So I just wanted to go through the process that led me to make such a different track. Yeah. So for those who don't know slow emotion yet, do you know what? Let me play a little bit of it so you can get it. So this slow emotion, the final mix, of course.
Live from Giuseppe Ottaviani studio.
So first thing is slow, very slow BPM. It's 110. Then it's banging. And it's emotional because I obviously work a lot on the melodies, trying to make emotional melodies. That's the main part of my music, basically. So this is the breakdown. Goes back to the banging part right here. Alright, so you've got an idea pretty much on what the emotion is. Oh, actually, how it sounds like.
Live from Giuseppe Ottaviani studio.
Oh, by the way, before I forget, you can. I obviously have not really. It's not really possible to read all your questions right now. Just leave comments here on Facebook. I will surely come back to you and answer any single question you want. No worries. That's alright. I just can't do it now. Well, slow motion. It was born as part of my new Live 2.0. I launched my new Live 2.0 show back in February. The first show, well, the first official gig was EDC Mexico, and I have this idea of this low emotion thing since I don't know, 2 years ago maybe, because I was well. This is the first thing. I was playing a festival. Say a year and a half ago, maybe 2 years ago, and I was playing a track. I think it was a year and a half ago. Anyway, I was playing a track. It's a collaboration between myself and Sid Barreal, and I was playing the John O'Callaghan remix, Deconstruction remix. Let me see if I can find it. Yes, this is the project, and that was the last beat of my set. So I was overrunning a little bit, and I only could play just the beginning of this track. and when being told to cut it because I was just too late, and what I did was just waiting for the breakdown, slowing down the BPM, and fade the track out. Now I was slowing down the BPM, but then suddenly forgot I forgot how long the breakdown was, and suddenly the kick drum kicked back, and people went like, "Wow!" And I kind of liked it. So that was like a, I can remember that moment in a very positive way. Let me show you the track.
Live from Giuseppe Ottaviani studio.
138. No, this is 136. Okay, this is Sid Van Reel and myself. Go Real, the John O'Callaghan Deconstruction remix. I was just playing this part at the beginning, and I had to end my set because I was running already. So I went to the first breakdown and say, okay, I'm gonna slow down the BPM right here. I was about to fade it out, and then I just didn't do it. And so I had this kick drum coming back, and people was like, wow. And I really liked it. So I let it play for a little bit longer. And then just fade it out, and I end my set like this. So that was a kind of a very interesting moment for my set, like a different ending than what I usually do. I really like that, and it just stayed in my mind for quite some time. And then let me show you how the first. It wasn't called slow motion at the beginning, of course. I was just making
live from Giuseppe Ottaviani studio.
Cubase project. Of course, I have to. Well, normally when I make a new song, I never start from the beats or drums or bass. I always play the melody, and I was looking for some sort of a nice arpeggio or whatever, and I had a sound in mind, and then I came up with this melody because I don't normally use arpeggio software. I usually play on my keyboard, and if the arpeggio is gonna be a bit too complicated, I just slow it down the BPM, record it, and then bring it up to my normal BPM, which in this case was supposed to be 138, 36. No, that would be 138. Let me see if it works. Of course not. There we go. So I have this melody in my mind, and I try to play it on the keyboard, but I had to play a little bit slower in BPM because I mean I'm not a machine. I have to try to do my arpeggio, make it smooth, but just trying to record it at a slower BPM because I can't really do it too fast.
Live from Giuseppe Ottaviani studio.
And I came up with this. So I recorded this beat, quantized into Cubase, just all the little adjustments on the notes, and then I bring the tempo up to 138, and this was the result. Which is kind of, yeah, it's pretty fast indeed. Anyway, I just kept going, and I add some kick drum. Bass was like this. Well, pretty classic. Okay, let me put the melody on. Let me show you. Oh, actually, it was the other. Cool enough, but just didn't really work for me. I mean, I really love the arpeggio going slower, because I really love the way the arpeggio goes with the notes. It's not that complicated, but I like to listen to every single note. So at 138 it didn't really work, so I tried to slow it down to 136, and basically same thing. And then I said, well, if I want to have that kind of feeling back, I need to slow it down even more. So I went down to 130. And I was like, well, yeah, I like it. Sounds good. I may change the kick drum, but I like the arpeggio, I like the melody. The only issue with the 130 production, because let me remind you, this production was only made for my live act, so it's not like a track. It wasn't supposed to be released, so it was just a new track for my live shows. Making a 130 BPM track for my shows doesn't really make any sense, because I usually play faster. So making a track at 130 and then
live from Giuseppe Ottaviani studio.
That's the BPM I usually play at. It didn't really make any sense. So I was just like bring it down, and then at some point, you know, fuck it, 110. Let's make something completely different. And at this point, I really enjoyed the arpeggio. It was so clear, you could hear every single note. And it was just beautiful for me. Let me play the arpeggio with the strings pads. Yeah. Way better. I did enjoy this one very much, and then I add some more sounds, like I add some piano to make it more sort of a emotional feeling. I don't know how to say, but yeah, it gives me a nice feeling. beautiful for me. And then I just decided to make the full production because remember I had that experience with the John Callaghan reconstruction
live from Giuseppe Ottaviani studio.
Go Real, as I showed you before, and that was, I believe it was something like around 115, 110, I don't know. I just thought that would be nice to make a full production at 110 BPM. And but I had to look for a different kick drum because my standard kick drum doesn't really work in this way. That was not the right one. So first of all, I changed my kick drum. Let me mute the pads for now. And I went for something different, harder maybe. I'm not sure. I'm not sure you can hear the difference. It's just a microphone live streaming on Facebook. It's gonna be mono, but yeah. Yeah, but it's a way harder kick drum and has got some sort of reverb. Let me mute the piano. You feel it, right? And that's the point, because you can really feel the reverb coming back when you play it at a very slow BPM. If you bring this up to 140, it's not gonna sound the same. Or at least it doesn't give me the same feeling. So I have to change the kick drum first of all. I have to change the bass, because the bass line was yeah, it was this one. So I didn't really like it, and I went for something more dramatic, because you know when you play slow BPM, you really can create space between the kick drum and the bass. So you have the kick drum and then the bass at the half beat. That was my choice. Like this.
Live from Giuseppe Ottaviani studio.
And you know what happened when you play this in a huge sound system? It just goes crazy. It sounds like a heartquake. It's, I don't know, but yeah, it feels great. Yeah, so that was my choice, and then I have to make it a bit bigger, because the point for me was okay, if I gotta make a slow BPM track, I definitely need to make it banging in somehow. So for banging, I mean something like this, and I had to add this sort of acid. Let's see. Yes. Something more aggressive, definitely more aggressive. Something that can be played at a very slow BPM, and you can feel it, you can listen to everything that, you know, surrounds the sound. Again, you can listen to mono, but in a stereo field, it feels just like a wide open. It's great. Then obviously I have to add a different kind of groove and and everything, because it, you know, the drums, they sound completely different from this
live from Giuseppe Ottaviani studio.
Kind of a classic trance style. So I just went for do you know what? Let me open the original, well, not the original project, but yeah, the latest one. Which is gonna be this one. It's some time. So I was talking about the drums. The drums went a bit different from the original. And I went like this. CPU clipping. Let me bring the buffer to a bigger size. Right. I just kept playing with the main lead.
Live from Giuseppe Ottaviani studio.
Oh yeah. Do you know about the voice? I think, I don't remember who, but someone asked me where did I get that voice from. Well, you know, it was a different track. It's a different track, so I tried to make it even more unique, and I add a sample saying, obviously, slow emotion in a very old school way. So I got the sample. Well, let me show you where. Let me turn the Wi-Fi on. It's actually, do you know one of those text-to-speech app that you can find online everywhere? If you Google it, you go like a text to speech, you will find all different websites where you can type something, press play, and then a virtual voice read what you typed in. So I went to this one, which is called let me see, because I mean it's not a secret. Ivona, I don't know how it's. Oh yeah, there we go. It's called Ivona. It's actually IVONA.com. There are so many different kind of voices. You can, you know, choose between all of them, and then you type in, say this one. Hello guys, from like this.
Hello guys.
This one.
Hello guys.
So I just get, you know, I can't remember if, honestly, I don't remember if it was this one the website, because I can't find the voice I used. But anyway, there are so many different websites where you can, you know, type in and let
Live from Giuseppe Ottaviani studio.
So I just recorded this voice saying slow emotion. It was like a slow emotion, and then I time stretched the sample to yeah, like a big time. So I had that old school slow emotion, this one basically. And then I looped the last part and went like this. So this sample became kind of the trademark for the signature for this track. So I really like it. And I can tell you already have a second slow emotion track with a different sample. But anyway, we'll talk about this later on. What else? Well, I play you the track. So basically, I just want to create this moment in my live shows when you take a breath, you slow down for a second. It's not like it's not gonna be like a 30 minutes of 110 BPM music in my sets at all. It's just like one track, just 5 minutes to make, you know, to make the live show a bit more special, a bit more unique. at least people can talk about this and they will remember my set. Oh, they will remember the music, which is the most important thing. And yeah, well, I have to make a mixable version, so I actually have a mixable version which goes from 136 slow down to 110, then goes up again to 136.
Live from Giuseppe Ottaviani studio.
For example, but I still love this. I don't know. It's different. If you know someone else doing this kind of music, let me know, because I'm really interested to know who else could do does something like this, because I don't know. It's a new world for me. I never did something before like this. So yeah. Well, there is an interesting thing I said in an interview. Indeed, back in the 90s, when I used to play with my cassette player, my portable cassette player, actually, I was running, when I was running out of batteries, the tape was just starting playing slower and slower and slower, and I kind of loved it. It was I was listening to, I really don't know, it was one of those recordings from some club night here in Italy, when we used to play some more progressive sort of trance music back in the mid-90s, I guess. Yeah, like 95, 96, 1995, 1996. And yeah, I used to love to listen to this. And I used to love to listen to the cassette player when it was playing very, very slow. So I don't know, it was kind of magic. I really liked it. So this kind of production really reminded me about that cassette player, and also matched with that John Callaghan remix I played for you before. And you put all those things together, and it just came up with this slow motion. So I had people concerning about, am I moving all my production to 110 BPM? The answer is no. I'm not moving to 110 BPM because imagine 1 hour of my show at 110. That will be very, very boring. But same thing, I will say, imagine 1 hour of my set at 140.
Live from Giuseppe Ottaviani studio.
I like to make it, I like to make different things. Moving around for me doesn't really mean move to hip hop or jungle or EDM or whatever. It's trance music for me, and but there are so many ways to move around the trance field. So this is just another way. Trance is not about the BPM, at least not for me, because what trance does, given emotions, that's the most important thing. The feeling you have with trance, it's quite unique. So if it gives you emotions, that's why it's called slow emotion. At a slower BPM, doesn't really matter. If it gives you goosebumps at 110 or 138 or 130 or 140, doesn't really matter. You have a melody, you have a beautiful melody, you have a nice club, or even better for this one, festival experience. You have all your friends with you, you have lasers, all the light show you can possibly imagine, and then the kicks comes in and you just lift the ground. Oh well, I'm talking about myself. This is what I do. But again, you may love it or you may hate it. But something I can tell, it's different and it works. And I've been asking about this track for basically every my set. So people really like it, and it became one of the highlights, or something that people expect to hear from me when I play my live 2.0 shows. So yeah, that's why I just decided to release it, and it's gonna be on August the 2nd. And if you follow my Facebook page, you will get some nice prize. I can't tell you much now, but yeah, just watch out for my media.
Live from Giuseppe Ottaviani studio.
You can leave all your questions, whatever you want to say, just leave the comments here on Facebook. I will get back to you as soon as possible. I can't really answer now. There's no way I can answer all the questions now. So I just wanted to go through the production process and let you know how I came up with this kind of track, and also letting you know that it's not the first and it's not the last slow motion thing I'm gonna do. I have some more in mind, just because I mean, at least at the moment, I really love it. So let me know what you think. Please leave your comments, even if you don't like it. Tell me why you don't like it. I mean, I'm open to discussions. I really like to, exchange opinions. So try to be a bit more open-minded, maybe. I don't know how to say, but again, for me, good music is good music, and I've got some pretty nice melody here, and that's the main part for me. So all the rest, it can be just a DJ tool, but I love this production as it is. So yeah, okay. Anyway, let me see. All right. Again, thank you very much for watching. Let me play you the last time, not this one, but the full production, and then we'll say bye bye. There we go. Let's play the breakdown again. Such a beautiful melody.
Live from Giuseppe Ottaviani studio.
That's enough, I think. Thank you very much
Live
for watching.
from Giuseppe
I'll see you
Ottaviani studio.
soon on the dance floor, I guess. Ciao.